Hello and welcome to Lessons in Liberty. I'm Chris Shaloski, and I've been teaching about the Constitution for about 7 years now. I found a book that really does the best job of explaining the Constitution and how this country is founded. It's called The 5,000 Year Leap by Cleon Skousen, and he wrote this in 1981, and it's been updated a few times since then. He lays out 28 principles that this country is founded on. And the founders themselves were very well-read folks, so that's where these concepts came from, founded this nation. So why would you want to study this with me? Here are some of the reasons that I believe. I think that we've stopped teaching the founding of our country in the correct way. In fact, we've taught a book in a lot of high schools by Howard Zinn called The People's History of the United States that really talks about all the bad things this country has done, but has not talked about all the good that this country has done. Of course, we've done bad things, but most of the bad things, we've fixed those bad things throughout our history. And I think that you'll see, if you stick with me, you'll see that in the principles and how those principles have really helped us to become an exceptional nation. We no longer put freedom first. We don't think about that first. We think about perhaps our comfort or easier ways of doing things, and that has been to our detriment. And I think you'll see that in the principles as they're laid out. We don't pay enough attention at election time. We vote for things that make us feel good instead of thinking them through a prism of freedom for everyone first. And that has caused us some major difficulties. We've elected scoundrels, in fact, to Congress and to our local governments. And finally, I think that we have ignored the need for an education in morality. If you have morality, then I think you can participate better in discussions with your fellow man. And we've really kind of gotten away from that in our schools. So what will you get from studying this series with me? You'll be able to make better voting choices first and foremost, and you'll be able to make sure that that we elect the right leaders. And then the next thing is you can hold them accountable, because you're going to know what the country is founded on, what we are supposed to be about as the United States of America. You can hold them accountable. Then third, you could better participate in political discussion in general. And politics is not a dirty word. That's how we get things done. That's how we know what choices we're going to make in society. So you'll be better prepared to participate in those discussions. And finally, you can educate your neighbors, your friends, and your relatives on what this country is about, and that can do a world of good. The title of this is kind of interesting, The 5,000 Year Leap, and so I just want to tell you what the meaning of that is in the introduction here, is that in the first 5,000 years of human history, we advanced only so far. And in the last 200 years, we had advanced further than that 5,000 years. And you can attribute that to our political and our economic system being free market capitalism. And that had made us so that we were only 5% of the world's population, but we produced over 50% of the wealth of the world. So it led to some great consequences. Our political system was exceptional, not because we're better than everyone, but because of the freedom we allowed. And it was an exception to the rule. Most other countries had been taken over some way by dictators or some form of tyranny, and we had maintained freedom for the people. And so I hope that you'll stick with me in this study and study all these principles, and I'm looking forward to being with you. Thank you.